Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft.
Well, Hearthstone is a game created by Blizzard. No, they gave us such games as StarCraft and World of Warcraft and things like that. And if you're familiar with the game WoW, World of Warcraft, then you should be pretty familiar with a lot of the things that goes on in Hearthstone, no? Because it has a lot of the same characters. So it's got the shamans and the mages and the warriors and things like that. And what it is it's a card game. And what's really special about it is that it's very simple to learn, but at the same time it's very deep from a strategic standpoint, no? Which is kind of the reason why I like it a lot. So I used to play a lot of competitive Magic the Gathering before, and I was looking for a game that was like Magic. I like turn-based card games a lot, but I didn't want something that was too complex to get into. And I think one of the great things about Hearthstone is that it literally takes 20 minutes to learn. That's about the amount of time that it takes you to go through the first tutorials. And then you can just get started. So yeah, so that's why I really like it, and I've been recommending it to all of my friends. And oh yeah, definitely. Because so as I was saying, Magic has 20 years worth of legacy that a newbie would not be able to catch up on. That's a really long time. That's a lot of cards, yeah. And meanwhile, Hearthstone has less than a year, no? But cards right now only has 380 cards in it, so it's within the realm of possibility for you to jump in right now, probably collect as almost like 95% of the entire card pool if you wanted, and you'll be able to play really competitively, I think. So that's kind of one of the things that makes it really special. Warlock is without a doubt the easiest class to get into. One, because the cards that you would need to have a competitive Warlock deck are generally on the cheap side, so you don't have to save up lots of gold to buy the epics or the legendary cards. Yeah. You can be very competitive with just a couple of basics and commons and rare cards. So Warlock is usually the class that we recommend for beginners. And then, based on what you really want to learn how to play, like if you're more of a control-ish kind of player, in other words, you don't like being very aggressive, then there are different classes that we would recommend. But Warlock is a really good starting point for everyone, I think. Just kind of discipline yourself to always trade your creatures for your opponent's creatures in such a way that may natitira pa sa'yo. So in other words, you trade in a favorable way. So if you've got a bigger creature and he has a small creature on his side, instead of attacking your opponent's face, you attack his creature and you take it off the board. In the long run, that will discipline you to respect the creatures that are on the board, because that's how the other player will win. So if you keep his side of the board clear, you will usually be in a better position to take control of the game.
Cool.
So, that's kind of so a lot of people, kasi when they see that they have a bigger creature, they get a little too excited and they start just attacking their opponent directly, and they completely ignore the creatures on his side. And that's not usually the way that you're going to win the game. When Hearthstone was still in beta, there were cards that were a little bit too powerful. So every deck would have those cards. But these days, it's very rare that you'll see the same card in all of the decks. I guess every class will have a couple of very powerful cards that um, you almost always see them. So, for
Yeah.
example, Warlock will always have, say, hmm, well, actually, no. There are enough deck styles out there that you're gonna see all sorts of different cards. I think
Right.
Blizzard has actually done a pretty good job, kind of balancing the game out. No, Siguro the only card that you will see every type of deck run. So there's a class called Hunter. There's
Mm-hmm.
also a class called Hunter in World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
And practically every hunter deck will be running Unleash the Hounds, just because it's such a powerful card.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, that's one of my favorite cards.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yun. So if you've seen it in action, then you'll understand why it's so powerful. No? And a lot of tournament winning decks are based around hunter, mostly just abusing Unleash the Hounds because it's a bit of a showstopper, that card. I think that I think that uh, I think that it's perfect for guys like me because um, I like sitting back and thinking about the games that I'm playing rather than like being really physically focused on it. So the way that you would play StarCraft or Dota or something
Yeah.
like that, no. The nice thing about Hearthstone, because it's turn-based, you can literally be having a meal and playing the game at the same time, which is
Right.
actually what I
Right.
tend to do. So when like I'm having my lunch break and I'm playing a few rounds of Hearthstone, and it only takes like 10 minutes to play a single game. So the URL is facebook.com/Third World Gaming, where the third part is a 3RD, and then World Gaming, that's just one word.
Turns you on when the chat talk and stuff.
Well, in a certain context, perhaps yes. But I heard you're hella competitive.
Yeah. How
I-
different are these guys from regular guys?
Regular guys.
So they're extraordinary.
I know. Well, I feel like gamer guys are just, more strategic, maybe, because they apply gamification in their daily lives, perhaps.
Really? Ooh.
Perhaps.
Smart.
Well,
With their fingers.
what?
Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
goodness, they are quite
They can be,
nimble
yes.
with their hands.